14 years after the founding of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, Eta Chapter was established at the University of Minnesota in 1922. As young women graduated from the university and wanted to continue their affiliation with the Sisterhood and the commitments to the ideals of Alpha Kappa Alpha, there became a need to establish a graduate chapter in the Twin Cities. Delta Phi Omega Chapter was chartered April 17 through 18, 1948, with 12 members and 3 associate members from the Twin Cities community. The Central Regional Director, Lucille Wilkins of Chicago, officiated at the chartering. The first chapter president was Margaret Young. The chapter immediately began serving the community in a variety of ways, from supporting health issues to supporting public forums on topics of concern to the African American community and awarding scholarships to deserving students pursuing higher education. In the decades to follow, Delta Phi Omega Chapter has worked to achieve our organization's international program goals while still meeting the needs in our local community. This has been accomplished through partnerships with Turning Point, Red Cross, St. Joseph's Home for Children, Dress for Success, Feed My Starving Children, Heifer Project, Harriet Tubman Center, Hallie Q. Brown Community Center, Woodbury High School's Black Student Union, Coach Valerie Turner's Zumba, 612 Jungle and Yoga with Gabrielle, Ameriprise, Walker Art Center, and Minnesota Council of Churches Refugee Services, just to name a few. Delta Phi Omega had the privilege of nominating several of our chapter members for regional awards based on their invaluable contributions to the chapter in 2020. We'll first hear from Mrs. Linda Garrett, who was nominated for the Dorothy Buchanan Wilson Golden Soror Award for her stellar contributions as a member with at least 50 years of membership in Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Delta Phi Omega is family to me and has been for all of its 73 years. A family I have known most of my life, beginning when I was just 4 years old. My mother was a charter member, and I was the little girl asking, "Where are you going? What are you doing?" Little did I know that my own children and grandchildren would someday ask the same questions. Delta Phi Omega has been a strong presence in my life, from my mother's membership to my 46 years in the chapter, and now my daughter-in-law's membership. The wonderful women I have met, the experiences we have shared, and the love and support given and received from these sisters cannot be described. My dream for Delta Phi Omega's next 73 years is that the sisterhood continue to nurture and support the sorors of the Twin Cities.
Our chapter member, Ms. Aretha Green Rupert, was nominated by Delta Phi Omega for the Dorothy Buchanan Wilson Silver Soror Award for her many contributions as a member with at least 25 years of service to Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
My dream for the next 73 years for Delta Phi Omega is to continue to build on the legacy of the amazing women who founded Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and those who charted the Delta Phi Omega chapter. Anyone who comes to the Twin Cities knows that we are a small but mighty African American community. And the ladies of Delta Phi Omega chapter have been instrumental in helping to build that community for the past 73 years. As I look toward the future, we know that there is still so much work to be done, and the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and Delta Phi Omega Chapter have the opportunity to be leaders once again and helping to shape and move forward our community. So I'm excited as we continue to grow, not only in numbers, but our depth of programming, our commitment to our community, and as always, service to all mankind.
Our next award nomination was our College Readiness 4-part series. We nominated this program for the Gladys Gordon Chapter Heritage Award in support of its promotion of historically black colleges and universities. Chapter member Dr. Kristen Morris was the chairman of this outstanding program.
I am so honored to have been nominated for the Chapter Heritage Award. For me, ensuring that our future generation has the resources and the programming available to help them be successful is what drives and fuels my passion for service. This is about service to all mankind. And my goal is to ensure that everyone that encounters Delta Phi Omega Chapter has those resources to help them make an informed decision about college and beyond. Thank you.
Miss Diane Doolittle was nominated for the Kathy A. Walker Steele Sisterly Relations Award for living her motto of Sisterhood Begins With Me. Miss Doolittle has been instrumental in helping Delta Phi Omega members remain connected and feel valued during our year of COVID-related social distancing.
73 years of service and sisterhood in the Twin Cities community is an awesome accomplishment. I am so proud to be a member of Delta Phi Omega. My hopes are that we continue to be a beacon of light for others and leave a footprint of hope and love in the communities that we serve. May we continue to grow, care, share, and serve mankind as we cultivate our sisterhood. I am honored to be nominated for the Sisterly Relations Award. It has been a privilege and joy to work on so many initiatives to promote sisterhood in 2020. Remember, sisterhood begins with me. Thank you.
Delta Phi Omega was proud to have nominated Ms. Marsha Henry for the Peggy Lewis LeCompte Outstanding New Initiate Award. Marsha embodies what we all want for our new members: to be actively engaged in learning, contributing, and making a positive impact in our community.
Hello, everyone. The story and legacy of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated was captured by the documentary 20 Pearls, which I had the opportunity to watch. I was in awe, inspired, and motivated by our amazing founders and the vision that they laid out for our organization. Which leads me to the dream that I have for Delta Phi Omega Chapter for the next 73 years. I dream that we will continue to be a beacon of inspiration for the young ladies in our Black community, that we will focus on areas of impact and change that is necessary for our community, that we will continue to be of service to all mankind. Here's to the next 73 years, Delta Phi Omega. May we continue to exemplify excellence and be everything that our founders ever dreamed that we could be. Thank you.
Dr. Laurel Johnson is often behind the scenes doing the tasks required to make the proverbial magic happen. It is for this reason that Delta Phi Omega nominated her for the Sonia L. Bowen Charmed for Service Award.
My dream for Delta Phi Omega Chapter in the next 73 years is twofold. The first and foremost, I wish and dream for Delta Phi Omega to continue to be of service to the greater Minneapolis and St. Paul communities and beyond. The second is to really invest in our future leaders of Delta Phi Omega so that they can continue to lead with intention and purpose, thereby perpetuating the legacy of our beloved organization, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
2020 provided many challenges, with pivoting our activities to a virtual platform being one of the greatest. Mrs. Phaedra Cofield was selected by Delta Phi Omega as its Member of the Year for her work in making this pivot appear seamless. We are proud to have shared her good work, sisterly attitude, and willing spirit with the region in our nomination of her for the Martha L. Perrine Beard Outstanding Soror of the Year.
That promise of a land where all men are free and equal, and each man uses his freedom and equality wisely and well. This is a snippet of a speech on civil rights Minnesota Senator Hubert H. Humphrey delivered just a few months after Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated Delta Phi Omega Chapter was chartered 73 years ago. To me, 73 years of service in sisterhood in Minneapolis and St. Paul means that we have been persistent to serve where basic civil rights have been and continue to be suppressed. My last year in Delta Phi Omega has been reflective. Seeing the death of Mr. George Floyd, seeing the grief and devastation of Minneapolis and St. Paul, and living through the COVID pandemic has been extremely heavy. Often I wondered, how would it be possible for me to serve when I was experiencing my own level of trauma? However, seeing the wave of younger sisters in Delta Phi Omega mobilize gave me energy to think about how to use my God-given talents. The pandemic heightened the need for technology as our chapter shifted to virtual operations. My background in computer science lent itself to serve in this and many other ways. So when I was nominated for the 2020 Soror of the Year, I felt appreciated, but it also confirmed that everyone has a part to play when it comes to service, and I'm glad I heeded to that call. My dream for the Delta Phi Omega chapter over the next 73 years is that we never forget that we as a community have not arrived. I want us to continue working on the health, educational, financial, and civic needs of the community, but also to witness the fruit of our service.
This past year, Delta Phi Omega chapter members experienced so much more than we could ever capture in a video message. We faced challenges and losses related to the COVID-19 pandemic, and we were the epicenter of the worldwide civil unrest in response to the murder of Mr. George Floyd. To preserve our health and safety, Alpha Kappa Alpha issued a directive, and frankly a challenge, to pivot all activities to a virtual platform. Delta Phi Omega accepted that challenge, and we made the transition. We held our very first virtual chapter meeting in April of 2020. Delta Phi Omega members and their families used their resources, their time, their influence, and their funds to help start the process of healing, restoring, and providing for citizens and communities that were affected by both the pandemic and the protests. As the months passed, we settled into what would be our new norm. We worked to retain and reactivate new members. We celebrated chapter members' accomplishments. We hosted events and programs for our community. We've held fundraisers, awarded scholarships, and made financial contributions to several local organizations. We've attended virtual conferences and training. Our own chapter training and leadership development continued. We've supported other Divine Nine activities, and we watched along with the rest of the world as our sorority sister, Kamala Harris, was sworn in as the Vice President of these United States of America. Delta Phi Omega chapter is growing, thriving, and has accomplished so much, but we are not resting on our past achievements. We've put processes and plans in place to ensure our future success. We've demonstrated many things during these past 12 months. We are resilient. We are creative. We are hopeful. We are a community that cares for each other. We are Alpha Kappa Alpha women. We will remain a force for good in our Twin Cities community as we continue to be of service to all mankind. I love Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, and I'm so proud to have served as the president of Delta Phi Omega Chapter in 2020 and 2021. Happy 73rd chapter anniversary, my sisters.
y'all. Set it off. I suggest y'all set it off. Set it off. Set it off on the left, y'all. Set it off on the right, y'all. Set it off. Come on.